What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, yes, you already know it. Season 5 has finally released for Battlefield 2042, and I'm not even going to bother sugarcoating it. It is hands down absolutely amazing. I had a freaking blast with the overall update, and DICE completely nailed it. They blew it out of the water, not only when it comes to content, but across the board. Content, updates, nerfs, buffs, rearranging things, whatever it is, they just... Man, to see where Battlefield started off and to see where it's at current date has been just an absolutely fantastic journey. It's been a journey that has, caused a lot of emotions. I'll be honest with you guys on that one. You guys can just go back and look at my content, from a year ago to see what my opinion on Battlefield 2042 was. But right now, in this current spot, this is just absolutely outstanding. But ladies and gentlemen, before we go ahead and dive deep into the topic of today's video, if you do enjoy what you hear today and you want to hear some more stuff about Battlefield, Call of Duty, X-Define, all that good stuff, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. There has been a ton of content coming out for Call of Duty and Battlefield recently, like a lot of crazy new topics that we have to discuss. So the rest of this week, going into the weekend, even next week, there's going to be a lot of topics coming out on this channel. So of course, like I said, if you want to be updated on all of these topics and you want to hear about all the news that's coming out for these franchises, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. And last but not least, we will be streaming today over on Twitch. I do appreciate everybody who tuned into the stream yesterday for the Season 5 launch over on Kick. You guys are legendary. But we will be playing this game, Season 5, again today on Twitch. So if you want to squad up, if you want to hang out with us, we always have open lobbies. Usually we have like 10, 20 plus people who join into these games, regardless if you're on the enemy team, our team. I don't care. It's just a blast to play with you guys, hang out. So if you guys want to tune into that stuff, vibe out with the overall community, don't forget to go down in the description of this video. I have links for all of my socials down below. All right, ladies and gentlemen, enough rambling. This season is freaking outstanding. If you have not tried this season out just yet, or if you have been avoiding Battlefield 2042, or even if you've been thinking about dabbling back in 2042, you've been hearing news, information, and thinking to yourself, you know what? I'm going to wait until the new season, and, if things pan out nicely, maybe I'll hop back into the experience. Stop thinking, stop debating, get back into the experience. Again, if you hate this game deep down, don't bother. Again, nothing is going to change your opinion on Battlefield 2042. But if you've grown to accept it, if you've grown to enjoy it a bit more, if you've grown to understand, that this is it and all we can really, expect is just the developers to prove that they understand what we want, if you're in that kind of mindset, this is a must play in every possible way. Across the board, everything. Between the updates to the weapons, which I was extremely worried about, we'll talk about that. The map, again, we'll talk about that. The new DLC weapon, again, we'll talk about that. Everything. It's just, I am blown away. I'm extremely happy, DICE. And honestly, with them announcing Season 6 coming along, that makes me even more happy. Because if we can get more content like this, shoot, this game is only going to keep on improving. To start off, this map is a banger. The amount of, Zavid vibes from Battlefield 4 that I get out of this overall map is insane. And I love when developers take this approach. Infinity Ward did it with Modern Warfare 2 with the Lighthouse map. And again, I understand not too many people enjoy the Lighthouse map. To each their own. Personally, I said it multiple times before, and I'm going to say it again. I like the Lighthouse map. I like when developers, instead of remastering maps, take inspiration from those maps and then put a new format on it. There's multiple times you're going to be running around this map and playing in this map, and you're going to notice tons of vibes from, Zavid from back in the day. But at the same time, it's a whole new, unique experience. But it'll be little moments that click in your head like, I recognize this. This push seems partially familiar. This area seems like I recognize something. But you can't really put your finger on it. It's not like it's exact. It's not like it's identical, but they took inspiration and made something brand new out of it. And I love what these developers are doing. The same thing, like I said, with Lighthouse, they brought in a state into a brand new map, and it was awesome. It's not a state, obviously, but they used the middle building of a state and they worked around it to have different vibes to it. It was a really cool concept in my personal opinion. Again, hate me as much as you want. I don't care. I've been saying since day one that I enjoy the maps more in Modern Warfare 2 than Modern Warfare 2019. My opinion isn't going to change. People talking crap isn't going to bully me into changing my opinion. My opinion stands exactly how it is. But this map right here, I started off as like a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, but I'm going to argue that this is potentially a 10 out of 10 map and probably the best map ever introduced into Battlefield 2042. And to be honest, in the future of this overall franchise, I would not be mad whatsoever if they decided to, remaster this or bring this back. It's that good, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not joking. The flow between infantry is fantastic. The flow between vehicles is fantastic. The flow between different classes is fantastic. It doesn't matter what you enjoy, what you want to play. If you want to be in a helicopter, you can enjoy it. If you want to be in a tank, you can enjoy it. If you just want to be on the ground, you can enjoy it. If you want to use ARs, SMGs, LMGs, snipers, you will still enjoy it. It's just fantastic. And again, I'm not really shocked, because all of their previous maps have been bangers as well. They've been doing a really good job with remaking a bunch of their maps. Not the base maps, of course. And, you know, when the game first dropped, everything was horrible. The worst maps known to mankind in the whole Battlefield franchise. But every remake has redeemed DICE bit by bit. But this right here, you know, combined with all the remakes that we've been getting of, you know, the previous maps, the base maps, on top of all the DLC maps as well from all the other seasons, yeah, you know, this team knows how to make a good map now. I'm 1,000. I stand on those words. Again, I'm still going to be very skeptical with the next Battlefield game because we've got to see the vibes that they're trying to produce with it. But at the end of the day, when it comes to map design, I'm not stressed. I'm not worried. Nothing is fogging my mind right now. I trust them 1,010% to bring quality maps every time around. And again, I was fighting between Spearhead and this now for my favorite map, but this is it. I'm saying it. And it's not even 128 players. And I'm a fan of 128 players. I know, once again, another unpopular opinion. A lot of Battlefield fans hate 128 right now, but I like 128 players. But this right here, I mean, God, it feels like you're on 128 players, but it's 64 count. Guys, try this map out. It's a banger. And then talking about the weapons as well, I'm going to have a whole different video about the weapons because I've been really experimenting with all the assault rifles. I've been experimenting with everything. I'm just going to touch on it a tiny bit in today's video because obviously this is just first impressions of the overall update. But at the end of the day, yeah, the weapon tunings, fantastic, outstanding. You guys know me. I was stressed about it. I even put out a video that I, expressed my concerns. I understood it's a good change. I wanted the change. But of course, people always twist my words around. But at the end of the day, I stated that even though I want this change to happen, I'm still worried it's going to take a Battlefield 5 approach where it's just going to be trash and it's going to take, a year plus to rearrange it to get it good again, so on and so forth. I was scared, rightfully so, right? We got screwed over so many times in the past. Even though Battlefield 2042 has a pretty decent track record now, it's hard to get over the initial launch. It really is. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something right now. They balanced the ARs perfectly. I've been up against LMGs, SMGs, marksman rifles, and yeah, I will say, going against LMGs, I have noticed a little bit of, some complications because they can just fully auto and I still have to burst a little bit. But at the end of the day, the ARs are so powerful in this game that bursting is no problem. I can take out multiple people at any ranges with bursting, no matter what weapon they're using, and it doesn't seem like it's an issue. And again, it's not just the ARs that are getting changed. This is going to be something that progresses over time. They're going to work on all the other weapons in the game, and eventually everything will be touched upon. But right now, this is a step in the right direction, and they have proved once again that they understand the fixes that they need to be making. It's almost like someone is behind the scenes working with DICE right now, helping them out a little bit, because, like I said, these are changes that typically take a long time to happen, but this is day one of Season 5, and it's already pretty much a perfect change. I can't even think of anything to tweak. Maybe as time goes on, since it's only the first day. But man, first initial impressions, tons of fun. Along with all the other weapons for Portal being revamped, having way more attachments, you could put skins on the Portal weapons now. The variety is absolutely insane. It used to be only all-out warfare weapons because it was just a disadvantage, obviously, to use Portal guns. You see me use Portal guns a lot. Actually, my favorite gun in the game is the MTAR, and that was when they first dropped it in the game, when it was no attachment, just the base stuff for Portal. And that was my favorite gun in the game. But still, I can agree that all the other weapons still outshine them just specifically because of more attachments. And it's not even, honestly, the grips and red dots and stuff. So it's mostly just the magazines, because in Battlefield 2042, when you run out of ammo, you could just change your mag, and then you have a whole different set of ammo. And that was the deciding factor for me, just not being able to have enough ammunition. And I guess, yeah, grips and, being able to put on a compensator or something like that, or a suppressor, all that stuff. It just took away from wanting to use it, and then obviously opting into 2042 all-out warfare weapons. But now it's even across the board, baby, okay? You're going to want to use absolutely everything in this game, and let me tell you, I don't know if they touched upon, I think they did touch upon some of the weapons, but at the end of the day, man, the Portal guns are feeling really good right now, and they definitely feel like they can go ahead and compete. The squad management system, I will say, it's cool and all, I like it, but it's still kind of really weird. I hate that you can't kick people out of the squad. I don't know why DICE is going on that path of having to, say that they need to protect all the players. It's too toxic to kick people. I guess I understand partially, but I don't. I just don't. It's really obnoxious. Like, I literally have a full party of 4 people in my team, and then for some reason, it won't put that 4th person in the squad. So it's just 3 people plus some one random, and we waited 2-3 games to see if that would fix, if it would cycle that person out and put the person who really is in the squad in our team, and it never did. It just never did. It got to the point where I had to literally leave the squad, start a new squad, and pray to God that my teammates could join on that squad before anybody else had a chance to join it, because if someone else joins it, then I have to kick them again, which I can't kick them, so I have to go ahead and restart and make a new, just add the kick feature. It's not that difficult, but overall, it's great being able to see the squads. It's great being able to, hop around if you're playing solo. It's good for the overall game itself. The Battle Pass is looking pretty darn good. I'm a little sad that, premium owners can't get it for free this time around. I thought that was a really good deal, and I still think that all development teams out there, all publishers should take that approach. Back in the day, you buy the premium version of the game, you get the season pass with all the DLC maps, right? Nowadays, you get like a skin for pre-order, the $100 version of the game. It doesn't compete. It doesn't compare. Honestly, if they put the battle passes, maybe like 4 or 5 battle passes, into the premium version of every single game that people sell nowadays, I think that would be, a good addition. And it'll encourage more people to actually purchase the premium edition of your game. But again, it doesn't really affect me because I was able to grind out the game a ton. I had a bunch of points. And the funny thing about it is that they're so consumer friendly throughout this whole life cycle of the game that I was able to buy tons of skins in the store with no money out of my pocket. It was all from the battle pass points that I was getting throughout playing all the seasons. And still, at the end of this, after buying all those skins, I still have enough points to get this battle pass right here. It's great. It's great, man. I love it. But at the end of the day, since that's not a thing anymore, the only thing I can really focus on is the battle pass worth the money? Is it worth grinding? Personally, I think it is. Along with the weekly challenges, you always feel like you have something to work towards. You always feel like you have a reason to hop back into the experience and, grind out the battle pass. And again, the content in there is good. It's some things that might be a little over the top here and there, but honestly, it's nothing compared to COD, and I appreciate that. They still keep a pretty darn good military theme in their title. And once again, DICE proves that they don't have to put unicorns and, all this crap in their game in order to sell cosmetics, unless you want to sell a bunch of cosmetics to kids. But at the end of the day, you don't have to do that in order to make money. And I love that they keep proving that time and time and time again with every single season that passes. I mean, overall, at the end of the day, this update is it's massive for the overall Battlefield 2042 community. If you enjoy Battlefield 2042, you are going to be beyond happy. If you don't enjoy Battlefield 2042, you're going to be intrigued and you're probably going to want to play. And, honestly, if you uninstalled Battlefield 2042, you should maybe go ahead and reinstall it if, of course, you have the extra space to give all of this stuff a try. It's again, I'm blown away. I really am blown away by DICE. I'm happy with the work that they've done to this game. I'm happy with the progress they made with this game. And honestly, I'm low-key kind of proud of them. I'm low-key kind of proud. Again, this is not going to dictate how I feel about the next game whatsoever. I'm still going to be very level-headed about the next Battlefield title, obviously, because it's not something that we can, actually feel, touch, play. It's going to be something that's going to be a concept that we see out of advertisements. So obviously, going to keep a little bit more of a level head. But right now, Battlefield 2042, after playing for a full year, after going through all the torture, all the pain, and seeing where it is now, I'm proud that they have been able to do what they're able to do, and that they understand what the Battlefield community truthfully wants. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like button. If you hated it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, subscribe to that notification button. Also, want to chat with this tweet, do so, or Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also want to catch me live streams video games over on Twitch, link that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you all next one. Peace out.